Are you giving them away? Are they for you if you get thirsty in the talk?
Yeah, if I get thirsty. I quite like having something in my hands.
Is that brand placement?
Okay.
I mean, it's got matcha in it, right? It was tasty, but I'm not drinking it because it has matcha.
So as I was saying before, welcome to Dylan and Jamie. So Dylan's from Ecommpay, one of our partners, and Jamie's from Ekko, which are working with Ecommpay, behind Ecommpay.
Kind of.
So, am I hungry? But I don't drink, mate. I'm just fucked from the bike. But rather than me explaining who you are and the relationship, if you guys want to introduce yourself, talk about where you're from and that relationship, and then I can dump into the nasty question. I mean, the nice questions for you.
Yeah. Should we go beauty first?
Go on then.
Oh, bloody hell, wow. Hi, I'm Dylan, everyone. I'm a dad to a human and a dog. I'm a partner manager at Ecommpay, so I work with our agencies and other referral partners and sometimes tech. Gosh, I love the world of tech. And I'm really enthusiastic about making payments sexy. I know it feels like it ain't. I've been in the agency seat, I've been in the brand seat. Payments, making it sexy, it's a hard job, but I like a challenge. Ecommpay, we are an end-to-end payment provider. We look after card payments, which are traditional payments, and then your kind of APNs, digital wallets, BNPLs, buy now, pay later, anyone who doesn't know that. But then we also have a product suite such as subscriptions, orchestration, and direct debits into our payment suite. So we're kind of reducing operational drag and friction from an integration perspective, and also from a financial perspective, whether that's integrating a payment provider or actually just having multiple providers and you just want to have one vendor for one cost purpose. Elevator pitch over.
Brilliant. Excellent, mate.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Jamie Clark. I lead everything commercial for my sins at Ekko. Ekko embeds sustainability into any transaction in the world. We work with payments partners, banks, etc., to give consumers the opportunity to learn about their carbon footprint for any of those transactions, and then actually do something about it and direct their hard-earned cash, a small percentage, to verified impact projects around the world, like preventing ocean plastics or reforestation or saving wildlife. So dead simple. I've been in strategic partnerships for, some would say, way too long, about 25 years. I've worked in Asia, Australia, America, couple of parts of Europe, and I'm now back in the UK. I've been here for about 14 months and hate the weather still, because I forgot about that bit. I work in London a few days a week, and I live 15 minutes from here, and I came here last night and haven't been home. So my wife loves me at the minute.
Are you why Tony's drunk?
I'm why he's left, I think. But no,
Really?
Nothing to do with me. No.
So what brought Ekko and Ecommpay together? Because I get payments, so that there's a natural affinity there, but what brought you guys together?
So Ecommpay, we really strive for making a difference. How do we do that? We set up Ecommpay for Good back in September 2024 when we rebranded, and essentially that is to help businesses be inclusive. So that's making our back end of our platform inclusive. So think, I don't know, right? Finance director, he might be dyslexic. You know, he needs to change the fonts on the dashboard so that he can understand where to navigate to where he wants to export data from. So it's that aspect. But then also on the front end, so for the consumers. But it's not just about the disability inclusion, it's about the financial inclusion and actually doing good for the community that we're in e-commerce, and then wider in the world with sustainability as well.
So did you guys go after Ekko, or did Ekko caught you?
Oh, Will had done the chasing.
Yeah.
Was it you earlier who said I love winning? I can't sleep if I haven't won. It's ridiculous. I think there's a mission and a brand alignment there. I think that was evident right from the beginning. I had nothing to do with it, so. Full disclosure, the lovely Andrea, who has just gone on maternity leave, unfortunately for me, but fortunately for her, reached out to Dylan, and they met at an event, and it just snowballed because of that alignment, because of that kind of real mission driven to do something good. I think, part of it is just full disclosure, sat in this room, people think, oh, he's from sustainability, so he's all fluffy and he's a tree hugger and all the rest of it. I'm a payments guy. I without sounding like an idiot, I make money. I like making money. If I can do something that's mission driven around that, then that is kind of the North Star. So, I mentioned way too long in partnerships. Everything I've done in America was mission driven around financial wellness, social mobility, all of those things. But you can do two things. You can do those things in a good way, and I think it's got to be kind of your North Star that drives you, and Ecommpay fit that bill kind of amazingly well. They're a great bunch. They look after a lot of different kind of sectors, and it works.
Brilliant.
It really does, yeah.
So the first dodgy question.
Is that the time?
I've got to pre-warn them.
Have you got a train to catch?
Yeah. So when he said people were leaving, that's me, by the way, just to be clear.
So you mentioned buy now, pay later. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about buy now, pay later, especially given sustainability and the other sort of social impacts that we're now seeing more and more from buy now, pay later?
I can jump straight in.
Yeah, you go straight in. I'm going to piggyback off you.
I've
got answers, but he's 25 years. I'm only 5, so
I wish I was 25. For me, it's about access, right? Buy now, pay later. There are, it came into the market as this big unregulated thing that everybody gets credit now, brilliant, and then people have 10 different ones that they have and end up getting into debt and a whole lot of trouble. I think in a managed process, buy now, pay later opens up access to people who otherwise can't maybe get a credit card or can't get access to credit facilities that everybody can, because everybody can't. And I think, in a lot of cases, it's improved people's quality of life, if that's the case. Mm-hmm. In other cases, it's allowed people to buy £400 trainers that they can't afford. But that's kind of the element to it. I think the jury's out to a certain degree.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I think there's a massive educational piece. I did a post, I think, yesterday on LinkedIn, and I said, why did I go into payments? Okay, tech pays more than agency life, there is that. But we're all consumers at the end of the day. So we all deal with a payment gateway. And we all make a decision whether we can afford to buy something, whether we're paying on a credit card or a debit card. So it's just about also realising that on a BNPL level, you use the same logic again. It's giving a bit more flexibility, but at the end of it, it's kind of a responsibility to the end user, right? Because we don't have this stigmatism around, say, credit cards as much as we have BNPL. But essentially, it's the same thing, right? People do get into debt. So I think from a consumer point of view, we need to have our own responsibility to it. But yeah, great. It's moving waves. It has helped a lot of people. It's kind of moving businesses and growing businesses whilst also growing us as a consumer and an individual. It's great things to market now. Click to Pay have just come out, which is MasterCard, Visa, and Amex come together, and that's like a digital wallet, not a BNPL. But then Visa installments have just launched. We just launched that at Ecommpay yesterday. So there is growth in the market, and there is opportunity there. It's just, I think, educating, and also as a brand, maybe, if you want to take that part upon yourself, educate your consumers and say, look, make sure you want to pay for this. We talk about authenticity. So really just be authentic. Don't scare and put your consumers into debt, because in the end, you're the one who's going to lose, because they're not going to end up being able to buy from you. So I think it's sexy, but at the same time, it cannot be sexy.
From a sustainability angle, from my perspective, we launched in Turkey in the last few days, expecting kind of a low conversion rate from a consumer perspective and a merchant perspective. But 65% merchants are asking for something sustainable. They just don't know what it is, obviously. But they've blown our numbers out of the water. With a buy now pay later company in Turkey, they've just blown it up. And the opportunity is there to kind of not say, let's add extra cost onto the cost of those shoes or those coffee cups or the iron that you're buying or whatever it is, right? And be able to kind of infuse that into the payments across a period of time is a good thing. And then to the educational point, it's a massive part of what we do. There's those micro kind of educational points that are really important. But it's got to be action. There's a lot of people talking the sustainability world. There's a lot of academics, there's a lot of activists, but there's also a lot of practicality around how do we make that mainstream, what does it look like? And part of that is, short educational moments that people are thinking about, and then the ability to take action.
I think that's a really good way for me, because obviously I come from the other end of, a few years ago, agencies might get asked about buy now, pay later because it's a quick fix for a conversion rate issue. Mm-hmm. It's not. Just for any brands out there, buy now, pay later is not the answer to all your conversion problems. But that practical approach to it of, yes, you can throw it at every customer and you might get a purchase, but are you going to get the follow-up purchase a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later? You've got to, like anything you're doing with the site, you've got to put some thought into it and actually research what's the impact, not just now, but further down the line. So I like the fact that both of you have mentioned that. You kind of touched on this just with Visa's new offering. How do you guys feel about what will soon become agentic payments? And will you guys be getting involved in it? Sorry, Jay.
The brain's going. The payment world, I've been now with Ecommpay just under 2 years. And it's, I think I joined probably around the boom of BNPL. We're now going into the boom of open banking, pay by bank, embedded finance, again, making it more sustainable, more inclusive, connecting your banks. I think inevitably, yes, we're going to have to, right? Because everything grows. It's not stationary industry, right? So from our perspective at Ecommpay, we'll always want to be inclusive. We want to educate, but also we need to give what the merchant wants and what the consumer wants. So we've got kind of two voices in what predicts our product, right? Is what does the merchant need and what does the consumer need? And essentially, I think we're going to get to that point. But it's like, contactless. When contactless came in, everyone was quite hesitant, right? But then you get that exponential growth. And it does happen. So it's like the implementation point, right? There's going to be so few brands that come into, some of the latest, I don't want to use the word, fads, but like the new.
Still not word.
The newer trends, right? Like Google's checkout AI. Voice search. I did a talk about this not long ago. Say to Amazon, Amazon, buy me that cat sweater. It knows your size. It knows what merchant you want to buy it from, and it's got your payment details, and it does it there for you. But it's gonna be only a few number of merchants, and as it grows, obviously more education, and yeah, we'll have to obviously stick by it. And we're kind of very pioneers in what we've done. We were one of the first to kind of really explore open banking and put that into a payment suite. So, yeah, I think we definitely would.
Yeah, I think I was talking about. I would go to Money 2020 in Amsterdam. If you've never been, it's phenomenal, but it's an awful lot of alcohol and less sleep.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
But yeah, I had to stop myself. You know, AI and open banking we talked about this year. It was stable coins. You know, there's those trends and fads. AI for us is super important because we can educate real quick. We can utilize the functions within it to support what we're doing and speak to way more consumers than we could if we were doing it kind of in a different way. So it's something that my CPTO will tell you is on our roadmap real quick.
Like tomorrow.
No, I'm telling clients it's tomorrow. The CPTO is telling me it's in 2 years. So,
Yeah, it's quite scary. It's quite scary, but also quite.
Change is scary.
Yeah, but thinking like.
no, it's not. It's all right.
Visa system that can go and pay for.
I mean, I get up every
you.
day. I like a challenge, and yeah, change is good. Change is good, but scary.
Yeah, it is good. It's just Visa's scary. The fact that it'll go and buy something for you, even if you've not asked it to, because it knows you need it. That's the. But like you said,
as long as it's beer, that'd be great. It's keep my fridge topped up. That'd be fabulous.
But you were saying like contactless. It started at £30. Now we get pissed off
think
that we
also
can't.
like the scarcity about that, right, is like we're going, oh yeah, it's just going to buy it for you, but it's like, okay, that's the idea, but there will probably be a dashboard, right, where you say, don't spend more than this a month. Don't spend. So you're going to still have control.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, look. Sometimes you've got to look at the positives and the negatives and
Think fuck the negatives.
yeah, exactly, and find the positive to the negatives and the negatives to the positives and come out with just a real opinion and reality to it, right? Because sometimes you can market something and you go, yeah, that sounds great, but that's scary. But actually, you need to do a bit more digging. Like, as we all do as whether you're agency owners, brands, business owners, founders, partner managers, an exec, right? You go and you do your research about things, right?
Yeah.
So always shout, go and do that.
So we've appealed to the nerds in the room. So just the last question before the big question, which will be more for sort of retailers and brands in here. What do you think the biggest technical challenges for e-commerce brands when it comes to payments?
Getting the right one.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of you out there now. Like,
I think, right, tech is very advanced today. I see from our end, it's more the agencies from my perspective, right, because that's who I deal with. They just want someone that's got support, right? So one thing we offer is we have that direct line of support to the agency as well as to the merchant. So, agency is asleep during peak and, God forbid, they're seeing declines or something, right? The merchant can get in contact with us, or vice versa. Merchant's asleep, you're managing, during peak, and you're like, the Google Pay's not working or something, right? You've got someone.
It's always Google Pay that doesn't work.
Pardon?
It's always Google Pay that doesn't work.
Yeah, I love Google Pay, I do. I've got to be careful. Google and Apple Pay I do love. But yeah, I think it's sometimes it's about good documentation and good support. I think from a technical point of view, we're all quite great in that sense now. Everyone's sorted out their API issues and SDKs and whatnot and understood what languages they need to be in. So I think it's more the support side, whether that's again for an agency or a merchant directly.
I have a biased view on it. I work with an awful lot across the spectrum, payments companies. I am very old in terms of the way I look at things, and I think it's been said quite a lot today. It's it's a mixture of, is the product the one that I want? Is there a fit to work together? But what are the people like?
Yeah.
I'm bothered about what the people are like. I want to work with people I want to work with. that are fit for our business culturally, that have they don't have to have, you know, a full-on push towards our mission, but they have to care about it. And we have to care about how we help them grow their business by using sustainability to engage their consumers, or to engage their merchants, or to help with their reporting on ESG, or the multitude of things that we can do. The bottom line is, you know, I've done a lot in my career around building relationships, building networks, both here and abroad, and I think it always comes back to who the people you're dealing with.
So what we're saying then is that the technology is pretty much there across the board. We don't need to worry about that so much anymore. But actually, it's the relationships and it's the added value that that brands should focus on rather than 100%. The technical.
It's like when we go to market and we do our research papers and stuff, like we're not going out talking to APIs. We're going out talking to the people, the humans that implement the APIs and or use the APIs or use that platform. So there's always a human behind the tech. So that's hence like the support, right?
Yeah.
Tech is pretty damn good now. It's the actual human behind it. It's about having that natural.
It's not me.
I think you've got quite good as an API.
So virtual.
Last question before somebody comes out with the walking stick and takes me off. It's one we ask all of the people that we interview.
Oh, God.
So I would ask that you keep it short because the food is out now. Whether it's in career or previous jobs or whatever, what's been your biggest fuck up and what did you learn from it?
Okay, I've got two. In my early days,
I'm going to be
really quick. You know what,
you can do both of ours.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I used to work for a Chinese all-you-could-eat. I was a supervisor, and we used to do Christmas parties. And one of the UK's largest furniture brands came to have their Christmas party, and I had 13 pints of Cobra beer on a tray and actually spilt it over about 5 of their directors as I delivered it. Lesson is, don't carry more than you can take, and take that as you will. And then secondly, from a professional point of view, check the custom fields in your emails when you're sending emails, because you look like a white twat when you send "Hi Dave" to Patricia and Bob and Frank. So they're two of my cocktails. So yeah, just pay attention to detail.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Mine is around market expansion. I mistakenly thought that you could fly in and out of a country and land a company in that country, establish that and go, and then leave again, and then come back when you fancied it, when it was nice weather or when you had a meeting, and you can't do that. And I've expanded companies into various different countries, and you talk about America. You know, I made the massive mistake of expanding a company into America, and thought that I could do it by going 4 days a month. And they were all lovely. They were all brilliant. They were, you know, the network was building. It was going really well. We got some good contracts. You know, it was fantastic. And I'm kind of playing. I'm younger, by the way, at this point. I'm playing. I'm jet set. I can fly everywhere. I can go there and meet with the guys, and that's great. And then I'll fly back in, and then I'll fly back out, and it's all fantastic. Look at me. It just doesn't work. And I fucked up royally, and I lost 2 of the 4 contracts that we got because I'd said I was going to be there, and then they'd said, "Oh well, we can't make it that day. Can we do it next Monday?" And it's like, I'm back in England that day. Shit, I'm going to have to. And I tried to blag it, and I fucked up, and I lost 2 of those contracts worth about 40 million quid.
Wow. Well, thank you for your honesty.
I got them back, but I lost them.
Good, that's better.
I mean, I got them back. It took me 2 years to get them back, but I had to move to America. I had to get a visa. I took my family.
Wow.
I went to America for 10 years after that because I didn't dare leave. I was kind of like, not leaving now. I'd be ruined now, wouldn't I, with all the raids and stuff. Yeah, it's a royal fuck up if you cost the business money by thinking that you can do something that I kind of didn't know what I was doing to a certain degree. I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't have the experience of market expansion to be able to do it, and I did it, and then learned from it.